Welcome to this week's installment in our Football Officials video training series. We're studying the National Federation of High School Rules and five-man mechanics. Our technical advisors are Greg Downham, Dax Hill, Tyrone Blanks, George Demetrio, Grant Jackson. Video assistance provided by Jim Woods. Our executive producer is Walt Coleman. I'm your host, Todd Allen. This video is brought to you by the Arkansas Association of High School Officials. Visit our website at www.aahso.com. We're helping good officials get better. This video is brought to you by the Reading Study Guide. The Reading Study Guide for NFHS Rules. This is a book I've used personally for my entire career, and I highly recommend it to help you be the best you can be at the NFHS rules. The Reading Study Guide. When you're through learning, you're through. Ready to get started here with another pile of plays to look at, and boy, we got some interesting stuff. We're going to start by jumping right into the fire. Here we go, a kick play. And you know how these kick plays go. They're always a mess. So let's take a look at this one, see if we can figure out what happens and why. Ball is kicked here. And we got our first problem right there is in this play. As look at the position. Back judge right there, about 3 yards behind the ball carrier. But that knee is solidly down. Look at we go back this, you can see as he even lunges, the body drops, head drops, shoulders drop forward. He's actually pushing off of the knee to get up. Clearly down. But we'll follow this play on down to right here, and this player that I have circled in the bottom of the screen. Take a look at this. Now, let me just go through this while I'm talking about it, because here's the problem with the position of the back judge. All right, five-man crew. Back judge, you're supposed to shave to the head linesman's side of the field. You're almost in the middle of the field here. So your keys are the wide guy on the head lineman field. In this first phase of the play, that's who you should be focused on. So the ball carrier at this point is not doing anything. We've already missed him being down. So we're working a dead ball here because this runner's clearly down. But now your key is this player right here. And look at the head of the back judge. He's focused in and looking at the ball carrier, there's absolutely no way the ball carrier can do anything but run. No reason to officiate this player in space. Where you need to be looking is where this circle is drawn, here at the bottom of the screen. Because watch what happens to this player. Look at this reverse angle too. Yank, let me back it up. Slow motion here. Look at this guy. This blocker just gets jerked to the ground, and then he gives up on the play, holds his hands out like that. And then we get this mess right here. Wham! A huge block here, and the lid comes off. From the reverse side of the field, we're going to get a look at all of this. It's not a very good punt. It's short. But I want to show you a couple of things about this no-call face mask major. You can see it right there. But bam, look at number 8. And we back up and watch this player, and he's swimming upstream. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Dax talked about you got to watch these players swimming upstream. He's coming full speed, and it just makes that blind side block with contact on the helmet, and the lid of the kicking team players comes off. Here we're lucky we're not having a serious injury. This is what we talked about. There's the face mask again. And then here, watch this blind side block. Bam! We'll get a couple of looks at it here. I'm going to go frame by frame here and show you this contact. And another thing I want to tell you about this play, originally I ruled this an incorrect call. And going back through it, getting a couple of different wide angles, but look, bam, right there. First thing to hit is the crown of the helmet. And this blind side block with these players running at full speed like this, and as we look at this reverse angle again, you know, lots of keys here. Lots of things that should have alerted us that this guy's running with a brick in his hand. Coming down the wrong way, running full speed against the play, swimming upstream, as Dax would say, and then that big contact. Referee throws this, saves the crew. We initially called it an incorrect call. Change that. Correct call. This is a crew-saving call by the referee. But if we're going to give a crew-saving call to the referee, who is in the worst position on the field to make this call, umpire's in much better position. Head linesman's in much better position. Back judge should have been in a better position. But he's in the wrong position the whole play. So umpire, head linesman, back judge don't throw on this play. So now we got 3 no calls for them. Just a nasty play. We talk about this a lot on these kick plays. We got 22 players spread out all over the field with only 10 eyeballs, which means we can't watch the ball carrier running in space. We got to have everybody spread out looking at their keys so we get all 22 players covered. We'll get these face masks. We'll see these knees down on the play. We'll have the correct officials getting these blindside blocks with targeting on them. We'll get these plays right. Lots of opportunities to improve on this play, which is a scrimmage kick play. Let's continue our focus on the back judge position because this is a different play. Now we're going to have just a scrimmage play. And just like the other play started with an opportunity for us to get out of the play without officiating, all we have to do is call the runner down with his knee on the ground. Here's another place, and what we want to talk about on this one is just a false start. And this is a philosophy where when the team breaks the huddle, or if they don't huddle, they just gather, when they come up to the line of scrimmage, we know that everyone has to get set for 1 second. So if they break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, and everyone does not get set, and they snap the ball, we just want to shut that play down and call it a false start because everyone didn't get set. Watch this player here. Now, you only see 10 players because there's another player at the bottom of the screen who's on the line of scrimmage. So these 4 players that we're looking at right now are in the backfield. But watch this player right here. And just keep your eye on him, and I'll stop it when they snap the ball. So we're watching this guy. He never gets set. You see that back foot come out as he's trying to get set, running back for you again. He's never set. We can just shut this play if we understand this philosophy that not everyone got set, because we don't want to throw a flag here, let the offense score a touchdown, and then we bring it back because they never got set at the line of scrimmage. What we would just want to do when this happens is just shut this play down as a false start. The important part to remember about this is when they're breaking the huddle or they're initially when they come up to the line of scrimmage if everyone doesn't get set. Now, if they get set and they shift and 2 players are in motion or a player that has an illegal shift, those are live ball fouls. We want to keep those live ball fouls. But on these plays where we never get set, let's just clean them up. Let's just shut them down. No one's going to say a word. We got a false start. We'll back them up 5. And the down will remain the same. But let's watch how this play continues. Now, before I do, let's remember I told you there was a player down here at the bottom of the screen that you can't see. So what kind of a formation do we end up here with? We just have trips formation, and the trips formation are on the line judge's side of the field. So the line judge is going to have the wide guy, which you can't see. Back judge is going to be working these 2 players right here and right here. Correct? We all know now where the back judge is focused. So the head linesman has this player right here. Right? This is his key at the snap. So let me just run the play. Run right off the line of scrimmage. Bam, this wide receiver gets blocked and knocked to the ground. Now look, stop. I'm going to throw the ball, stop the play right here. Look where the quarterback is. Look where the ball is. Look where this player is. So this contact happened right at the line of scrimmage when the ball was clearly in the quarterback's hand. Is the restriction there for B? No. Remember, restriction for B doesn't start until the ball leaves the quarterback hand. So when does the restriction for A start? We know that starts at the snap. So A can't block downfield. But B is perfectly legal at this block right here. Quarterback has the ball in his hand, hasn't even gotten ready to throw the pass yet. And this wide receiver's already on the ground. Now look what happens. Quarterback drops back, doesn't pick the receiver up. This is a timing route. He's throwing the ball to a spot on the field, expecting the receiver to be there. Receiver's not there because he was legally blocked when the ball was snapped. Then we get this flag by the back judge. Well, where do we know the back judge should have been looking? So the back judge is looking at the bottom of the field, at the bottom of the play here, on the bottom of the screen, doesn't see any of this action. He looks over here late, sees the receiver on the ground, throws a flag. This is clearly not pass interference. In no way could this be pass interference. So now we got a flag on the ground. Now here's the next problem with this play. We already know that the back judge has left his keys, gone to the zone, got there late, didn't know what happened, guessed wrong. But we should have been out of the play because the line of scrimmage should have shut this down before the ball, immediately when the ball was snapped and nobody got set. So we had an opportunity to get out of the play, we didn't do it. Back judge has this flag now for pass interference. Clearly not a pass interference. Now we get an incorrect mechanic for the head linesman because this is your key on the ground that this back judge is thrown to. You've got to immediately run to him and say, there is no pass interference on this play. This was a legal block at the line of scrimmage with the ball in the quarterback's hands. We can save the crew right here. But we don't communicate. We're not following our keys. We don't trust our crewmates. We guess, as a back judge, we guess wrong. 2, 3 downgrades now on this one play. Incorrect call for pass interference. That's it. Going to cut it a little short tonight. I've run long the last couple of weeks, so we'll make up a little time here. But before we go, a segment we call In the Bag. This one's from J.A. in Eastern North Carolina. Great video on responsibilities for the kicking game. We use 5-man crews, and all 5 officials watch the ball. We'll show this video at our meeting Monday night. Hopefully, we can start seeing the entire play with only 1 official watching the ball. Onside kicks. I don't know how it works down your way, but especially at our lower level games, we're seeing onside kicks on a regular basis. Too many times, our officials are not watching player actions, just the ball. We're having contact on defenseless players with what I like to call headhunting, where a player on the kicking team picks out a smaller player on the front line of the receiving team and targets him. Looking forward to your next video. Well, here it is, J.A. Thanks for the email. If you'd like to send me an email and tell me how your group's using our training videos or how they're just making you a better official, something you'd like to see, here's my email address, toddallen65@mac.com. That's it for this week's video. Todd Allen saying, I hope to see you on the field real soon.